Hi everyone, this is Donna from Creative Harmony, and I found this calendar from 2006. It's a Kim Anderson Sweethearts calendar, and I have several of these for different years, and I thought those would be such adorable pictures for journaling cards. So I thought I'd attempt to make a journaling card flip book with these. So let's see how we do that and how they'll come out. So I want to thank you so much for coming on this journey with me and for watching this video. So the first thing, of course, that we are going to need to do is cut these pictures out. So I'm going to go ahead and take out these staples to separate this calendar. Just using my Cricut weeding tool to loosen them up so I don't tear any pages. There's some really cute pictures in here that I just love. I think they're just so sweet. So I'm going to do that first. We got those out. And of course that takes the picture completely out. I mean, aren't they just adorable? I just love these. Just love these kind of calendars. And like I said, I have several of them. So of course the first step is going to be to go ahead and cut these pictures off. So I'm going to go ahead and use my single cutter to do that, because I want to make sure each one of them comes out well. So I'm going to do a couple of them here on screen, and then I will go back and finish the rest off screen so we don't spend too much time on that. But basically I'm just going to put that on the line, make sure it's straight here, and cut. Do the same thing over here. And cut. I don't really mind if a little of the color is showing on the edge. I think that'll just add to it. Plus I'm going to ink them anyway. I think I'm going to cut that one just a wee bit more. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so that cut out pretty good, and it's a nice paper. So let me go ahead. I'm going to just cut out one more with you, and then I'll go off screen and cut out the rest. Unless you want to watch me cut them all, but I don't think you guys want to watch me cut every single one of them. Unless you just want to see the pictures. And of course we'll see enough of these pictures as we're doing it, but it's, you know, maybe I should just go ahead and film the whole thing and leave it up to you what you want to do, huh? Okay. So I hope you're all having a great day. It's pretty nice here in California. It's a little cold for us, but it's warm compared to what some of you are probably having to endure in the East Coast or in other countries. But I'm pretty happy with the weather here in California. We live in California's high desert, and because I have so many allergies, I have to be really careful. I can't really live down in LA or San Bernardino areas, so we decided to stay here in the desert after my husband retired. And we're pretty happy here. We have our nice home. A little big for two of us, but it'd be more expensive to sell it and buy a smaller home. Plus the trauma to my husband of moving. He's quite a bit older than me, and he doesn't handle change real well at his age. So we just stay right here, and in our nice huge house. But it's kind of neat because I have my own crafting room, I have my own office. In my crafting room, I go ahead and sew in here as well. So it's kind of nice to have plenty of room, you know, to do the things that you want to do. We used to go on a lot of cruises, as we really enjoyed that, but with the COVID situation, we haven't been. Well, before that, my mom was living with us, and we didn't want to leave her alone, and she was afraid to get on a ship. So we haven't gone cruising in several years. And so we just kind of stay home and relax. And I have an office right now, but I just recently decided to move out of my office. So we'll be moving out of the office this month. And then I'll just be home all the time with him. He doesn't really like to be alone, so I figured, why be paying for an office when he hates it when I go? So I thought, well, I'll just give up my office and have a little bit of extra money on my hands if I'm not paying all the bills, rent, and utilities for the office. So I went ahead and gave that up. So we're moving out this month, and I'll be working completely from home. So these are coming out pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut them all out. That one I need to cut a little bit more. And then I will come back after I finish cutting them all out, and we'll go on to step 2. Okay? Okay, so I went ahead and cut them all out. I wanted to make a flip book with these, but I wasn't thinking that they would all be different sizes. So there's 2 of this size. And I've got, I think, 4 of these bigger ones. Put that aside. They're so cute. Aren't they just precious? I just love them. I always did like the Kim Anderson. My husband used to buy me these calendars and every year, and I just loved them. So there's some cute pictures, and he just came in here and was flipping through them all and remembering how cute they were. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to show them how cute they all are. There we go. Aren't they just adorable? I love the way they made them black and white and then mixed the colors. I just thought, oh, that's so adorable. I just love them. So since they're all different sizes, instead of making a flip book, I'm just going to make a set, and then there will be just, 3 different sizes in the set. So let me show you how I'm going to do these. I have these large index cards, and I wasn't thinking at the time, but the next time I'm going to see if I can find some that are blank on both sides so that I can leave a border. But at this point, they're not blank on both sides, so what I do with these is I just I'm just going to glue the page on to the card. So I'm just going to glue it on, and then I will come back after I have them all glued on and trim them. That is easier for me. When I try to cut everything, measure and cut, I just don't seem to get them right. So what I've started doing, and it works for me, is to just glue them on first. So I'm going to get my glue pad, and I'm going to show you how I do that. I probably should have taken this tag off. I got this at the Salvation Army to use for gluing. And I'm going to use my Scotch Create permanent glue stick. You don't want to use a regular glue stick on this because they just aren't going to hold. They're, the kids' glue sticks, they're not permanent. So I use this one. Trying to see if I can do this. And I'm just going to glue it, making sure that I get all my edges. Just like that, and then glue in the center. Then I'm going to get my card, make sure the lines are up because you want the blank side to journal on. So I'm going to make sure that those are up, and then I'm just going to glue this on. This one, because of the size, I'm going to try to glue top to bottom. And then I just get my large spatula and give it a wipe. And we have that on. And then when we're done with all of them, we can come back and cut. And I usually use my guillotine, but if you don't have a guillotine, You can use the other type of cutter. If you don't have any type of cutter, you can use a pair of scissors to cut these. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of them on these index cards. And let me do a couple more in front of you in case you need to show again. Just going across like so, and you kind of have to hold the paper because it's not a real heavy paper. And then I'm just going to go around the edges to make sure I've got all my edges. Like so. And then I am going to stick that right onto the index card. This one is a little further than the card, but that's okay because all we have to do is trim that. I'm going to put that upside down so none of the glue from here gets on the other one. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. I love using this glue stick because it's a lot quicker. And I use wet glue a lot of times, but I don't like to use it on paper that is this thin because I seem to have a tendency to get little bubbles in it. I'm going to get a rag and just take that off. Okay, again, we want to make sure that we are gluing it with the lines up so that it is blank on the back. Okay, and then these tend to be a little smaller. If you have one of those tape runners, you can also use that. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but when I try to use those tape runners, they just don't come out right. I don't know. I don't know if I'm holding the tape runner wrong. You would think it didn't take a college degree to use a tape runner, and the sad part is I do have a college degree. I still can't use a tape runner. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So anyway, you can see how they're coming out there. And of course we have some smaller ones. I don't have to worry about the edges because it's smaller than the card. So when they're smaller than the card, I just put them down. I don't worry about the edges. I'm getting some glue on my card. I always keep a thing of hand wipes so that I can make sure that this is clean, hand wipes. And that way I can kind of clean this off so the glue doesn't get on everything. It's one reason why I like using this mat, because it's a silicone mat and it seems to work great when you're trying to glue. Let's see. I don't mind doing this on top of the actual index card either because I'm gluing it onto it anyway. Okay. I'm just going to stick that right on there. Use my spatula. I have been wanting to do these for quite a while. So I'm really excited about doing it now. And I think I'm shaking the camera. I am so sorry that I'm shaking the camera. I didn't mean to. It's kind of hard not to shake the table, isn't it? It goes out of the way so I can see here. Let's see here. This one is so cute. Look at that. Oh, that. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, I just love that. This one was the cover, so it's really a little thicker because it was the cover. But I want to put the clear white so it can be used for journaling. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to the index card anyway. So cute. See with these. Oh, I just love these. Okay, we got 2 more. Pull out another index card here. Sure the lines are up. So if you have a calendar, these are of course the smaller size calendars. If you have old smaller size calendars, sometimes they even have them like at the Dollar Tree, and they have photos in them that you like or you think someone will like. You can do this with any one of those calendars and just make a pretty set of journaling cards. I mean, you can use them for journaling cards. You can use them for pockets. You can even use them for tags. I think some of these would make just precious little tags. Okay, so we've got all of our journaling cards. We've got them all glued down. There we go. These are all glued down. So our next step is going to be to cut them with the guillotine, and unfortunately, I don't think my camera reaches far enough to see how I do that. But basically, I'm just using the guillotine to cut off, and then this one, I'm hoping does not cut the little heads off, because that would just be like really sad. No, it didn't. Okay, so I just used the guillotine. Let me see. My problem with this camera is it's supposed to stay up, but it doesn't. Maybe if I put something here, and you see, still can't really see. Let me see. I'm going to try to put something else here and see. So unfortunately, I can't get the guillotine in the photo, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm doing. I'm just cutting off the edges. So like on this one, I will cut this edge, and this edge, and that'll make, I'm sure you can hear my guillotine. This was This is an old one too. This was my dad's. And I remember him using this when I was a little kid, and it's still sharp enough to cut all the paper. So I think that's pretty cool. And every time I use it, I can remember my daddy, which is another cool thing. Keeps him fresh in my memory. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all of my cards to size. I'm just, again, cutting off all the index card around, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so my next step is to check all my corners. I want to make sure that the corners are well stuck down. Sometimes when I use the glue stick, I think I've gotten to the corner and I haven't. So far these look good. This one, see how this has just a tad bit corner there? I'm just going to fold it down like that. Put a little glue, just don't fold it like scoring fold, just score it. Just push it down gently and put glue on the back, just like that. And then I just press it down. Because I always want to make sure that my corners are all down very, very well. So this is just my little double check to ensure that I'm making quality cards as I'm doing this. This is my dry rags. I don't like getting glue on my fingers. Okay. It's good. It's good. Good. So it's real easy to check them. I feel like I keep getting out of camera. I'm just flipping on the sides like this, just to make sure they're all stuck down well. And we are almost to number 12, and we're number 13, so there's 13 of them. That's good. And our last one to check. That's good. This one, the very, very last one, has a little piece here. So I'm just going to put some glue on that. Move it down. There we go. Okay, so my next step is going to be to round my corners. Get that off. So I'm just going to take my corner rounder and I'm going to round my corners. I think this is my crocodile corner chopper. This one here has a little bit of an edge, so I'm going to just cut that off. I'll make sure, yeah. I'll try 1/4 of an inch and see how that looks. Just to this one's a 1/4 of an inch. I almost feel like I'd rather do the 1/2 inch on those. Let me try with the 1/2 inch and see. When they're larger journaling cards, I kind of feel like I need to do the bigger rounder. Yeah, I think I like that better. So this is what we have right now with the rounded edges. So I'm going to go ahead and round all my edges with the 1/2 inch. Like my edges to be rounded when I do journaling cards. I don't know, journaling cards, pockets, tags, unless I'm making them in the tag shape. If I'm not making my tags in the tag shape, I do like to round my edges. It just seems like, I don't know, I just think the look of them is better. Everybody has their own taste. So you do what you want to do with yours, of course. But I like my edges rounded. And it's pretty easy to do with this corner chopper. They also have some little corner rounders that are just like little hand. I have one of those too, but I don't have it here to show you. I have it at my office, but one of these videos I'll have it to show you. And you can use those as well. And they have, I think mine actually has 4 different corner cutters on it. And I believe I got it at Hobby Lobby when they were having one of their 50% off sales on their cutters. I think I got it then. Okay. So, there we go. Okay, so we got all of our corners done here, and I don't know about you, but I just think that's a much nicer look with the round corners. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink these, and I'm going to use Vintage Photo. It's one of my favorites, is Vintage Photo. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'll ink on one side around the edges. Again, I like to ink because I just feel it gives it a more finished look when I ink. So I'll do the front, and then I will go around and do the back as well, so that the back has the inking as well. So we have it inked on the back, and we have it inked around the edge on the front. And I like the look of that. I think I'm going to get out my ink pad so I can do these a little bit quicker. I just got these at Hobby Lobby the other day, and they're supposed to be good for inking. So today's as good a day as any to try them and see how they work. And it is a little faster when you can go around the edges this way. Just inking around the edges. Turn it around, ink around those edges. I feel like my ink is, and then I would just go around like this to give it that line, because I do like that line. So there's a couple different ways that you can ink. Let's see what I like better. I kind of think I like the other way better. I think I like this one better. So I think I will. This works for some things, but it isn't going to work for what we want today. So I am going to put that aside and use my normal technique for inking. I almost feel like it's faster when you do it by hand too. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's going by faster when we do it this way. actually has a little piece here sticking out. I think I'm going to cut that off. Is this... So cut that little piece that was sticking out, and then I'll go ahead and finish again. Okay. So we look at the back of this. I just think this one looks... Yeah, I really like the inking. I think the inking just adds something to the journaling card. So I'm going to go ahead and ink all of these. You guys don't need to watch me inking it all, right? I think everybody probably has seen this done a million times if you watch any of these type of videos here on YouTube. And you've probably done it a million times. So I'm going to go ahead and finish inking all of these cards, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got all of these inked, and I think it just really brings out the photos. And again, this is from a 2006 calendar, so you know, they are older photos to begin with. About let's see, this is 2022, this came from a 26, so I don't know, 15 years maybe, yeah. What I was thinking about doing as well is, there were these little pictures on the back of the calendar, this tiny, tiny little pictures, and I thought they were cute. And I was thinking, why not cut those out and put them on the back? You know, just put them like a little stamp. So I think I'm going to do that next, and I think what I want to do is put the stamp that matches the picture on the back, and I'm going to use some lace as well. So I'm going to use my cutter to go ahead and cut these stamps out, and I'm going to film this process so you all can see. So let's see here how we can cut these without messing up the pictures. Just gonna bring this down a little bit here. Just put it right where this is in the center. I don't know if you can see that, but right on the blade there's like a little white notch that rolls. And if you put that right, if you center that, it will just cut right down the middle like that. Just do it this way. That should be good. And some of these little ones, I think I can just use a pair of scissors to cut them out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut. See if I can center. Oops. So if you see that little, of course if you're using scissors, you can just, you know, do the best you can. I'm not going to demonstrate with scissors, but small cuts like these I could probably do. But again, if you just take that white roller that's on the bottom of your blade and center it where you want to cut, it will just cut right off like that. And that seems to be working. So let's see, I'm going to center that cut. I think the rest of the little cuts I'll just use scissors for. Sorry about putting my hand in the middle there. Just want to get the rest of these. was going to put the word sweethearts on there, but I think I cut it. I did cut it. I was going to use the word sweethearts for the other one, and look what I did. I just cut it right off. So smart. I wonder if I can... maybe I can just use the word sweet. Next time I will try not to cut that word off. Silly me. Sweetheart. I don't think I'm going to be able to glue those together, but I'm going to try, and if I can't, I'll just put the word sweet on there. See what happens when we try to put that on. I'm going to put this up here, so I'm going to do that one last. And then that's because the cover did not have a picture, a little stamp size photo, so that's why I was doing that. Okay, so all of these. Make sure none of these are pictures. And they're not. I'll put them in my handy dandy little trash can here. This way, and I'm going to go ahead and just use my scissors to fussy cut these. This can go all the way around. I'm not going to worry if there's a little edge. I almost prefer to have a little edge, because I'm going to go ahead and ink those as well. So, let's see here. I'm going to make these with my 2001 calendar. I'm going to remember to cut that word sweethearts out first before I start cutting these. Get that just a little there. There we go. And I think I'm going to like those. I just stamp them after and see if I can. Some people speed up this process on their camera, and I'm using my tablet to film. And I have no idea how you speed that up. I am not a camera expert at all. So I'm not sure how they speed up the video, but you know, so that you see me doing this at a fast speed. But if you're doing something like this with a calendar you have, you may like that I'm not rushing through this and that you can kind of follow along with me. So we've got those, and then what I would like to do is use some lace. Let me see if I can grab a thing of my lace here. I think I want to go with a little bit of the antique-ish look for my lace. So that one I use the other one. Yeah, here it is. I'm gonna use this one. Like this. just gonna see. What do you think? Go like maybe at a slant and put that right at the middle. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut this right here. Maybe put it at an angle and put the cute stamp on it like that. What do you think? I think I'm gonna go with that. But I do want to stamp. I do want to ink that lace. So I'm gonna go here. Lace is pretty easy to ink. I usually just put it here like this and rub it down. I don't know, hope I was in camera doing that. Just put the lace down, put your hand at the end, put down your inker, and just pull it through. And that's the easiest way I have found to do the lace. So I think I like doing it at the angle like that and putting a stamp like that. Maybe not upside down. These are so small I can hardly see them. Like that. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac, I think, to stick that on. Maybe I should stick it right onto the card. So let's find the card that's that picture. So I kind of think it'd be cool to put it on the back of the picture that's like that. So that's this one. So that's a miniature of this picture. So I think I am going to just lay this down right here like that. My Fabri-Tac doesn't. Now on something like this, I could use my, for some reason, my Fabri-Tac does not want to come out. There we go. Probably put too much on it. So I am going to just kind of put it here at an angle, like so. I'm going to use a dry towel here. Tap that down. And I'm going to let that dry. And once that dries, I'm going to put the little stamp picture. But I do want to ink the stamp. Okay, I need a little more ink. Okay, it looks better when we ink it. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to use my craft stick and just kind of ink around like that. Make sure I have it right. I'm just going to stick that right there. Go like that. I'm trying to find my small one, but just kind of push that down. I think that's going to glue onto the paper that well. Yeah, that's because there's no glue there. That would explain it. There we go. That there like that. So we have the stamp with the little lace on the journaling side, and then we have the big size photo on this side. So I do think I like that. I think I'm going to do them all that way. So let me see how big I need to chomp my lace, so I can chomp all my lace pieces. I can find my ruler, which kind of blends in because it's a clear and has the same color as my mat. So that was probably not the smartest thing for me to do, but so my lace is 2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 12 pieces of lace. 2 inches. And I'm just going to use my board to do that. Let's see. 2 inches is this one right here. So I'll cut the one, and then I'll use the one to cut the rest. So I'm going to cut 12 of these. One, two, three, 4. Seven there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we got our 12 pieces of lace. Go ahead and put the lace back. Then we will go ahead and ink these. Ink this lace. It's gonna seems like it works better if I pull it. Let's go ahead and ink my lace. You know, this has always been my favorite way of inking my lace. Just feels like it works better for me. Everyone has their own techniques for these things, but just we all use what works best for us. Looks like it got cut a little short, but yeah, everything's not supposed to be perfect, right? Okay, so we have our lace inked. Now we just need to ink all our little stamps. I'm going to try to take that one off and ink it. So those all inked, and now we're ready to move on to our cards. So all we have to do is find the pictures that match. First step for me though would be to find where I put my stack of cards. Well, here they are. Okay, so wipe off my stamp pad here before I put it away. There we go. So let's see here. I'm gonna try spreading these out so I can easily see what goes with what. This little girl with a guitar is this one here. And I think I'm going to put that right there. I have to tell you, I do not like this. And I don't know why it doesn't. It's like when it's cold, it doesn't want to come out. There we go. I think I'm going to put all these on first while my Fabri-Tac glue is cooperating. I think I want to put that one right there. So I don't want them all to be in the same spot, you know. I just kind of want a little, what is that? The one thing that's kind of neat is it doesn't dry right away, so we can kind of play with it. Okay. This one here. I wonder what it would look like if we put it here. I think I'm going to try that there. And I'm out of frame, aren't I? Huh. That there. Just gonna Just realized I didn't really need to ink both sides of this, did I? Well, it's too late now. Okay, we'll put, yeah, I think I'm gonna go here. Yeah. Let's see, this one is this way. Maybe put that one at the top. Don't think I've done one at the top yet. This one here, I'm going to try on the side. I'm going to stick it. I'm going to stick it there. This is going to actually be the side. Of course, now the glue's coming out in hordes. They're so cute. They look to be there. And this is the cover, so there's no picture to match that one, so I'm going to do something different there. Put this on this side as well. Actually be the side. This way, a little bit further in. There we go. So, cover jack here. So I'm trying to make them so that the little stamp, I don't know what else to call it, so I'm going to call it a stamp, won't be on the same place in every single one of them. Oh. Look at that, there's two of these. Maybe there is a picture of that. Oh, there is. Which one should I use? Ooh. There are two of these, so I'm trying to think which one I should use. Kind of like to use them both. I think I will. I'm going to put the word on that one. I think I'll use this one here. I'm just going to put that. Now I'll just put it here. So now it's going to stop cooperating again. Come on, Techro. Fabricate. I obviously did something wrong when I opened that because it just doesn't always want to come out. That one. And this one I'm going to put the word sweetheart, so I'm just going to put that across the bottom. Be in two pieces is my concern, but let's give it a try. And it's just going to get glue all over my fingers. What else are we going to do? And I didn't stamp it. Should have stamped it first. first. Is that going to stick? It is not. So I may need to use the Fabri-Tac for this again. Maybe I should just put it on the back of the stamp here and get it to come out. Okay. Well, that crafts didn't stick on the paper, but it sure did stick on my fingers. Let's see, I'm gonna put this like this. Try to put this here. It would be kind of hard to put it on that little. To remember next time not to do that. Oops. Not to cut the word in half when you're planning on using it. Well, that's not too bad there, is it? There we go. Sweethearts. So adorable. You know what I think I'm going to do? It's all sticky. I'm going to get it clean. A wet wipe here. Same time I can get that glue off my fingers as well. I hate glue on my fingers. I hate it when my fingers start sticking together. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna, since I forgot to, oh, that looks good. I like that. What do you think? And get that to focus. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead and stick the rest of these matching pictures onto these cards. And when I'm done, I will come right back, okay? Maybe you guys want to see me do a couple of them. Let's see, let's start with this one with the guitar. And I remember seeing her with the guitar. And then now I'm not seeing her, but I know she's here. Oh, here she is. It's right here. So let's stick her right there. I wonder if I should cut that more. No, I don't think I will. I'm just going to go ahead and put some Fabri-Tac on the back so that it sticks well to the lace. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of them. So basically the little thumbnail, I guess you would call that, stamp matches the girl on the front. Or actually, that didn't match the girl on the front. What did I do? That is not the one for there. I better take that off. Which one is that? Oh, it's this one. I better find the picture that goes with her then. Donna. Here it is. Here's the one that goes. Is that? Yep, that's the one that goes with this, and I'm betting it's too dry now. Is it too dry? Stick a little bit of glue here. Okay, so that one actually went with this one. I would like the stamp on the back to match the one in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that. And once we do that, we'll actually be done with these. So that's not too bad, is it? glue on, but don't know what else to do. There. A little stamp on the back. Make sure it's pressed down nice and neat. Just like that. So I'm just using my dry rag and just kind of rubbing it in so that it's... And there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we got these all done. This is on the back, and that's a matching photo. Little girl. And stamp. Okay, got this one here. And my picture here. So I am really happy with the way these turned out. Very happy. So we are all done with this project. So I'm just going to do a little showcase so you can see them all. And I want to thank you all for watching and following along with me as I try to put the idea in my brain to reality. And please like and share this video, and I would love it if you would subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.